Hello and welcome to the All Around Attributee RN channel, where I am passionate about helping victims of all ages overcome the fear of facing the abuse. And why is my sound not working? Um, can y'all hear me? I'm not able to see if my sound is here. Let me see what's going on here. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, where I'm passionate about helping victims of all ages overcome the fear, there we go, of facing the abuse to become survivors. Over here, we believe that once you can't help if you are a victim, but if you are still here, then you owe it to yourself and to society to heal from the abuse to become a survivor. Over here, we do not do moments of silence. We do moments of speaking where we speak out the names of the victims and we speak out the names of the abusers. Because we know that here in this society, we have been taught and conditioned to keep the secrets of abusers. And that's how we have generations of domestic violence and abuse against women and children going unchecked because victims are afraid to speak up. So far, we've been using the umbrella of justice for Shanquella Robinson as a platform to draw us together in unity to be one voice, to add more power to ourselves, because we believe that by getting justice for Shanquella Robinson, we can leverage that and get justice for past victims of femicide, domestic violence, and significantly decrease future incidents of this happening. We started talking back in November the 23rd or 24th, I believe, about justice for Shanquella. And now we fast forward 6 months later, and we have still not received justice. We still have, hey, y'all, I see y'all coming over here. How come I can't? Something's going on with my screen here. Is looking super weird. Where my chat at? All right, so let me just make some little adjustments over here on this screen here. I see you over there. We got Janet in the house. Hey, Janet. And thanks for coming to that quick short. We had our little one-on-one over there in our little chat, which is never, it's not available after the short has finished with its coming out and stuff like that. So that's just our own little private message that cannot be viewed for the public anymore. Danny says, hi, RN. What's up, Linda? Linda's the best. Is in the house. Excuse me one moment while I take a sip of my cool, refreshing water here. As you can see, I'm starting to have a hot flash. I'm starting to drip with sweat here. Ooh, yeah. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm 52 years old. Hence the hot flash. I'm 52 years old and a proud Gen Xer. I'm proud to be a Gen X, y'all, because of all the stuff that's going on today. They just really pulling the wool over people's eyes because, you know, a lot of these people, especially young people, are just believing. They're just believing all this craziness, and no one's checking any facts. No one's reading. People aren't reading. So over here, we all about reading, writing, and arithmetic. A proud Gen Xer here, 52 years old, with 3 adult children, 2 XY chromosomes, and 1 XX. So 2 boys and a girl. And they're all adult, productive members of society. And I have over 30 years of nursing experience. And happy Nurses Week, right? This Nurses Week got kicked off on yesterday. And I'm very proud to be a registered nurse and sharing love and also, promoting this here industry of nursing, right? Which is caring. Always have said that 90% of nursing is caring. If you care, then you will do good work. And that was one of the things that, thank you, Janet. Let's see here. Janet says, like, subscribe, and share this live. Thank you so much. Yes, Justice for Shanquella is what we are all about over here. I need to find out what I have done to make the screen look good. It's getting huger by the moment. Let's see. I want to put this. Oh, man. All right, somehow I made something up over there. But anyway, I ain't going to worry about that for now. I just have to look over here. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. Please do that. So like I was saying, we have been coming together. We started, this channel really kind of was birthed for Shanquella. However, it's an old channel, but it was an old, just abandoned channel that I was doing some hair stuff on. Nothing was happening. And then I started to lift my voice to say commentary on what happened to Shanquella Robinson, and more people started to come over here. A lot of people were outraged at what happened and, really wanted to see some justice get done. So we started coming together to grow the platform, to spread the word, to keep her name out there. So what we've been doing is keeping it hot for Shanquella Robinson, because in the beginning, we were pointing the finger at Mexico. Mexico dropped the ball. Mexico not going to get any justice. Blah, 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 blah. Right? And I know I was expecting that we was going to get some justice from the good old U.S. of A., especially since Shanquella was a productive member of society here in the good old U.S. of A. And then last month, the good old U.S. of A., not all of them, but we're thinking that it's North Carolina, right? That the people, the Cabo Six, got some special, some people are getting special treatment for this, where the FBI, Charlotte FBI, said that there wasn't enough evidence, that the cause of death was inconclusive. They couldn't determine, it was undetermined. And I don't know, we're here today to continue to stand for justice for Shanquella. We're going to Washington, D.C., coming up very quickly, May 19th. We're going to be in Washington, D.C., coming together for justice for Shanquella Robinson. I like y'all. Look at y'all over here. Yes, thank you. Happy Nurses Week. That's right. Happy Nurses Week. What's up? Scott Smith says salute to everyone. Salute to everyone. Salute to everyone. And there's been a few folks trying to come over to troll, trying to continue to discourage this here, movement, saying that this situation is doomed to move on and not talk about this anymore. But like I said, over here, we don't do moments of silence, and we stick to science and math. We stick to the facts. We stick to the facts, right? So let's see. JP6 says, what is going on, everyone? Hello, Ariane. Yeah, we just here, I've been working a lot, and the Turo business has been keeping me busy also, too. So, yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And nursing week, too. And this week for me, working as a nurse has been rough. Nursing is one of those things where it's like a roller coaster. The day is never the same. It's never the same. There's no routine in it. You just never know. Things change and at the drop of a dime. And that was one of the reasons why I started to talk about this Shanquella Robinson case, because in November, when the video came out, I was able to see and identify the injuries, and I started to speak out because they were trying to paint this as a fight, and trying to make it appear like nobody could really prove what happened. And so I started talking about it using my 30 years of nursing experience to explain it. And we've been talking about it ever since. And then one of the things that as a nurse, we are trained to be patient advocates, right? So we advocate for people, we advocate for victims, and that's what I'm doing here. Linda's Best says, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share the video. We keeping it hot for Shanquella. Yes, we are. And we like keeping it hot because we know that those were some of Shanquella's last words. We keeping it hot. So we keeping it hot for her, especially when Mexico and parts of America over here saying no justice. And that's why we started to pivot. We recognize that we got to get political, right? We gonna get political. I'm gonna finish that song too one day shortly. I'm gonna have some lyrics up in there, and we marching, and we letting them know. So we register. I'm encouraging folks to register to vote, because I had this little research and discovered that 45% of women aren't exercising their right to vote. So that is a lot of power that is left on the table because women aren't voting. So that's why I'm encouraging us to register to vote, and also to bring back the Republican, because these Democrats has really put us in a horrible position, as far as like all this craziness that's going on. We aren't safe over here. There's no protection in our own country, and we're allowing all of this craziness to go forth, and silencing good people. And the government is all up in the business, trying to raise our kids, trying to steal our kids, to subject them to all this type of cruelty and abuse, right? So I'm just excited that I'm just in a space where I'm like, I'm ready to be a voice, and not be like, I know, some of us have been, where it's like, well, it's not really happening to me, so we don't do anything. That's why you have to speak up, because silence is it's it's not good. It's not good, because you just letting stuff happen. And thank you, Scott. All right, you're just letting stuff, you actually contributing to it, because you're not speaking up. Silence is allowing the abusers to continue to get away with the abuse, right? And that's why I say over here, we don't do moments of silence. We do moments of speaking. Yes, Scott Smith says she deserves justice. Yeah, so I'm watching some, they're doing all this, putting all this energy on the one homeless guy who was killed on the subway in New York. He was a homeless guy who was aggressive, had a history of violence and attacking people, and they're out there protesting because he died due to a chokehold for an ex-Marine, I believe, and two other citizens had to try to hold him down, right? And he ended up losing his life. However, the outrage from the people who are angry at the hero on the subway, who, was trying to protect the people from this, delusional person who's out there attacking people. He had a history of attacking people and stuff like that. So all of that for a bad person or a person who hadn't done half the things that Shanquella did, and yet we just sitting silent and nothing's happening, when we're not getting any justice for Shanquella, who was unalive before our very eyes, captured on videotape, and nothing. So it's really, it's angering. It's really frustrating. Hey, Sharon, what's going on? It says, hi, RN and the beauties. Yes. Welcome to all my beauties and beautifuls. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel, where we getting justice. We ain't taking no for an answer. We're not letting nobody shut us down. And we still going to use our voice to speak out the names of other victims and stuff too. Like I made a short, I think it was earlier today, where I spoke out the name of Brittany Jasmine Hines, who was a victim back in 2011, unsolved. The family hasn't gotten any justice. And she was the sister of my oldest son. And just knowing that most of us have some type of tragedy, some type of something in our family where we've lost a loved one and haven't gotten any justice. And that was the reason why we wanted to really come together and use this situation as a platform to get justice for other people also. Like, we've spoke about Kanika Jenkins and other people too. And like I said, Brittany Jasmine Hines, only 19 years old. Her body was found a couple of states over. And these people, like the Cabo Six, they weren't the first ones to use this technique of dropping a body in another place and getting away with it because of red tape, right? So people know about these type of things. Like I was saying, for Brittany, 19 years old, she's from California. There was surveillance videos footage showing her in Las Vegas, Nevada. However, her body was found in Arizona. In Arizona. And, a lot of times when people's bodies are found far away from their, home in different states, a lot of times the family aren't able to retrieve the body. So we saw in Shanquella's case, her father was able to bring the body back here. So these were opportunities for the case to get solved. That's why it's such an outrage that with all of the steps that was taken to make sure that we can get the justice, for them to just go, oh no, it's not, this doesn't prove anything, it's not enough. It's extremely frustrating. And especially when we have so many people that have even less evidence, to still be waiting in line. So these things, like I said, it's very heavy on the heart, and it's really set up, the enemy sets it up so we can give up and just be like, well, it's just we're not gonna get any justice because Shanquella was a Black woman, and Black women don't get any justice, right? So we have to change that, because a lot of times we've been conditioned to things like I was explaining to you guys about the psychology of the flea in the glass jar, right? So you want to condition, anything. You keep replicating the condition, and then once you remove it, the person or thing will be so conditioned to that they will still only do that thing. So the flea in the glass jar, the flea is conditioned to only jump so high because it jumps high and hits the ceiling of this glass jar, right? So you keep it on there for a while, and then the flea will only jump so high because it doesn't want to hit the top of the glass jar. And however, once you remove it, the flea will still only jump as high as it remembers the glass jar. And I believe that's how we respond to as humans, right? We still conditioned on stuff that happened hundreds of years ago to believe that we can only go so far or only do so many things. Linda Bess says, March for Justice for Shanquella Robinson, May 19th, 2023 at 8:30. Yes. All right. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. I knew y'all was gonna come through for me. At 8:30 a.m. on Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C. Let me get over here and pin this to the chat. Why is this thing? Let me see, where is that at? Linda Best. Y'all come in here making the comments and stuff. I'm super happy. Something's happening over here with let me see. Let me trade this out. But I'm gonna pin that as soon as I'm able to. But thank you, Linda, because I still wasn't sure. I'm gonna get there, like I said, Thursday night. I knew just getting there a day early would have give me enough time to be able to figure out where I gotta go. Where I gotta go and stuff. All right, so I'm gonna go back over here, and it's still doing it. All right, so let me see. I might be able to do it. All right, go over here, and I want to pin Linda. No, yeah, Linda's. Here we go. Yay. All right, so that is pinned in the chat box right there. Thank you, Linda, for giving us the information on that, right? Because I was saying that, they really haven't been promoting it or, pushing it out there and stuff like that to let the people know where the meetup place is and all that good stuff. So, yes, at 8:30 a.m., bright and early, right? And get me some new walking shoes, too, because just in case they want to, move around and do some marching, I got to show them how I get down. Thank you, Linda. Hey, what's going on, Marie? Marie says, hello, Miss Ariane. I love your hair. Thank you very much. Yes. Just a little something I decided to do. Let's see. JP6 says, in DC, you coming, Ariane? Yeah, I got my ticket. When this thing went, like I said, I was telling y'all, I was never imagining that I would be political. Like, I didn't think I was going to be getting political or doing it. I never participated in no type of march, nothing. I've been a silent voter, right? It's my first time even promoting a candidate, Nikki Haley for president, right? Because she is a Gen Xer and she is doing something for women's rights and all that good stuff too. And she's a Republican, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'm coming to DC. Is that where you're at, JP6? You in DC? You in DC? You gonna be there? Yes, I'm coming out there. We got some more folks greeting the people in the chat. But yeah, so after when the FBI put out that crap, and then Shanquella's mama was on there saying, we ain't stopping, we going to Washington. I'm like, I gotta get with mama. I'm on mama's side. I'm on her family side. I'm on her sister's side, the dad's side. I'm on everybody who stand for justice for Shanquella Robinson. I'm on your side, right? We all coming together on this whole thing here. It says, JP6 is RN. It is time to form out our party. Okay, JP6. Okay. All right. Chinny Ray, what's going on? Says, hey, Miss RN, what's going down? Okay, we got some old school people coming back. What's going on, Vicky? Vicky says, you look beautiful. God bless you. Thank you so much. Yes, we need in the blessings. We need in all of the protection, the hedge of protection that we praying is going to be around us, all of us, one voice seeking justice for Shanquella Robinson. Because once we get that, y'all, we're going to have some power behind us. We're going to leverage that to, make a voice and make our voice be heard. Yes. So if you haven't registered to vote, I dropped some links on how to do it because I just recognize that, it had been, I don't even, like I said, I voted. I was old enough to start voting. It was 1992 was my first um first opportunity. And back then everything was on paper, and I want to say, I'm sure it was on paper. Had to go to the post office, or something. It wasn't computerized. Nowadays you just click a link, and like I said, did drop that is in our community tab for people to vote. So I wanted that to come out there, because I know sometimes a lot of us won't ask questions on how to do things, and we have been conditioned because long ago, when they tried to keep us from being able to exercise our right to vote by having all these hoops and things to jump through, we like to flee in the glass jar. You know what I mean? We like, oh yeah, well, white man be keeping us down all this time, and making it hard for us to vote. So, we only jump so high. But now it's up to you to not believe that, and to stay focused, and to know that you can do whatever you put your mind to do, whatever you believe you can achieve. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Vicky. I appreciate your compliment. All right. Scott also giving up some greetings to the people. And Chin Ray said, oh, look at here. Thank you, Chin Ray, for your super sticker. And I like that color too. That's a nice color. Thank you, Chin Ray. I appreciate your $5 super sticker, right? Just giving some love, showing some love here. So I know when they put out the videos about the not enough evidence, that was supposed to really silence us, because I know it really felt like a punch in the gut, like all the air was just knocked out, because it was like, what? How? Right? And I'm not sure if some of y'all saw the video of the mother and the sister. The sister was doing most of the talking about, how, baffled even they are, right? It's like, why are they doing this? And my thinking is that, with this election and stuff coming up, this would be, good jumping point, or a point where they could try to get, people to vote, rally on the votes, because I'm going to be talking about these steps, these ideas, and things like that. So it's just something for them to talk about, to keep something happening there. So let's see here. JP6 says, RN, that is a pivot. That is a smoke screen. What's the smoke screen? Pivoting to the being political. What's up, Deborah? Deborah says, look at stunning natural beauty. All right. Yes, look. Look in love, people. Look in love. What's up, Tamika? Tamika saying, hey to the folks. What's up? Janet says, use critical thinking, research, and evaluation of all candidates before voting. Get registered, get your ID, and know where your voting place is. Yes, that is exactly right. That is exactly right. Yes. And yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Know your candidates. And this is something that for me, like I said, I'm 52. And a lot of times, we don't really do all of the research, because if we did we didn't think about this here Biden person, right? This Biden person who has done all this, or not done all this, to this great country. All right, so let me see here. Our agenda for today is, what are we talking about? This outrage here. And I don't know what's wrong with this screen over here. Please don't give me a difficult time when I'm sharing some videos here. So we're going to be talking about Justice for Shanquella. Justice for Shanquella. JP6 says, hello at all that came on. Hurt them at the polls. Yes, 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 yes. That's so true. That's so true because other thing too is that when 2008, when Obama was running, I had never seen so many Black people out, standing in line to vote. So if 45% of women aren't exercising their right to vote, so I'm saying, y'all, we need to, strengthen numbers. It's strengthen numbers because a lot of the stuff that's happening and nobody is protesting it is just continuing to go on, like with what they're doing to kids in school without parents even having an opportunity to give permission or to have any say so over these curriculums in schools and stuff. It's scary. It's really scary. It's really scary. So, yes, we can't be silent. Deborah says justice for Shanquella Robinson, justice for all our African Americans in the United States that where am I at? In the United States. May the Lord watch us from to one another. Amen. Yes. Yeah, I know I was supposed to have on my flag. I changed up a little background here. Yes, I thank y'all so much for coming in and also keeping it hot for Shanquella. Keeping it hot for Shanquella. Keeping it hot for Shanquella. So one of the things I noticed that most people have been getting stuck on, like I said, once the FBI came out with their bogus autopsy report, people started running with this narrative that Shanquella didn't receive any of those injuries. Like they forgot that we saw the video where we witnessed her getting her neck broken and the back injuries. That how could that's why I'm saying that we have to make sure that we stick into the facts and the original material. So and that's why they don't want us to continue to watch it or to continue to talk about it, because this is how they can sneak in the new lies and then we get distracted. What I had noticed when I was going back over some old videos and stuff, I'd make the clips and I'd look, because December, January, and February, I was putting out, going live pretty much daily. And so that's a lot. And I don't remember all of the lives. I don't remember all of them. However, I know that, I pretty much say the same thing until I just, it's been brought to me that that's not true. Then I will make the corrections. But for the most part, it's always math and science over here. Math and science, and that's what we do. And that's how we could stick to the facts, because the truth is the truth. The truth doesn't need explaining. And the same with math and science, right? 2 + 2 is always going to equal 4, regardless. So we're going to get started with I don't know what I want to get started with. It's been such a touchy little something. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to get started with, okay, I want to start this way. We're going to get started with the difference between the documents that they got us all mixed up on. The death certificate and these autopsies. And then we'll play a quick little short, or we'll play something from let me see here. That's too long. We'll play a little something and then give some little commentary. And you guys, I'll drop the link too. I'll drop the link if y'all want questions or comments and say something like that. And we'll just kind of play it by ear because like I said, I had a long week, y'all. I do have some things up here, but I didn't really try to put anything together because I've been asleep, and I'm just kind of waking up to do this. You guys can stream. All right, let me copy this. Drop this here link. This here is for anybody who want to come up, share something, and do that. And then in the meantime, I guess we can go over this here, the difference between these documents, and go from there. Or should we go back to this letter from... Nah, I don't want to do that. I'll wait till I get back from Washington on that one, so we can do the difference between these here things here. So let me share the I put that off in the chat there if anybody want to come up and say something. Let me share this here. We're gonna go over this first document, the difference, and this is how they tricking us out, y'all. Share screen. All right, so remember in the beginning when they were first talking about, they were the news was interchanging this here death certificate, autopsy, and me too, I was doing it too. I was listening to them, I was kind of getting herded, right, along with everybody else. All right, so this here is the information here. It says, a death certificate and an autopsy are two different things. A death certificate is an official document. An official document issued by a medical practitioner or a coroner that records the details of a person's death, right? Including the date, time, location, and cause of death. It is usually required for legal and administrative purposes, such as settling the estate of the deceased, obtaining life insurance benefits, or for statistical data, right? So the key words I want you guys to take away from this is that it's official, and it's issued, right? Like a driver's license is official and it's issued. A birth certificate is official and it's issued, right? On the other hand, an autopsy is a medical examination performed by a pathologist to determine the cause of death. An autopsy can provide a detailed analysis of the deceased person's organs, tissue, and bodily fluids to determine the cause of death. It can also identify any underlying medical conditions that may have contributed to the person's death. So, while a death certificate records the cause of death, an autopsy is a medical procedure that investigates the cause of death. In some cases, an autopsy may be required to determine the cause of death. However, Shanquella's cause of death was never in question. The cause of death was severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. That was Shanquella's cause of death that the coroner issued to Shanquella's mama. We heard her people say that the death certificate, the coroner's report that they received said Shanquella died from severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. After receiving the injuries, the life expectancy is 15 minutes after that. So there is no need for them to do an autopsy. That's how we know it's fake. Mexico didn't put their autopsy out. We didn't get theirs until March. We didn't get the FBI until April. The death certificate is issued. It's official document issued It records a person's death. A birth certificate is issued, records a person's birth. See, these autopsies, right? That's how we don't have to be dismayed at that. Stick to the facts. Just like I said before, way back in the beginning, that don't get distracted where the information came from. We are focused on the cause of death, right? And it's only one document that's official and issued. So we sticking with the official death certificate that lists spinal cord injury, severe spinal cord injury, and atlas luxation, right? So back down here, it says in some cases, an autopsy may be required to determine the cause of death, especially when the death is sudden, unexpected, or suspicious, right? But this wouldn't have been necessary since it stated the cause of death. There was, it was severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Simple, simple, simple. And the time of death being 15 minutes afterwards, after receiving that injury that we saw. I don't need to play the clip again of the attack where we saw the person that they told us is Dejanay Jackson attack and unalive Shanquella by breaking her neck and severely injuring her spinal. Let me see. Y'all seeing some stuff down here. Let me get a few of these here comments. That's right. Chinue says justice for Shanquella Robinson. See, Linda Beth says, Ariane, do you know if the third autopsy is going to happen? No, and it's a waste of time. That's the distraction. They don't need to do a third autopsy. They just need to look at the death certificate. The death certificate trumps all of that stuff because it lists the cause of death. That's how they're able to feed this here dry bologna sandwich, by getting people distracted with these autopsies that who cares? The death certificate, it didn't require an autopsy. An autopsy, let me go back over here. It says an autopsy may be required to determine the cause of death. But Shanquella's cause of death is listed on the death certificate. So there's no need for that. But that's how they're able to get you all tricked out by, throwing in these little autopsies and stuff like that. And then, it says, what if that was a question I wanted to ask, because I wanted to know, like, which one would hold the validity in court? What if the death certificate stated the cause of death of severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation with the time of death 15 minutes after injury? Would an autopsy be needed if the cause of death is already stated on the death certificate and there is no suspicion of foul play or other unexplained circumstances surrounding the death? An autopsy may not be necessary. In this case, the death certificate indicates that the cause of death was severe spinal cord injury with an atlas luxation, which suggests a traumatic injury that resulted in immediate death. However, in certain situations, an autopsy may still be recommended, even when the cause of death is known or apparent. For example, an autopsy may be needed to determine the full extent and severity of the injuries, to identify any underlying medical conditions that may have contributed to the injury or death, or to gather more detailed information that may be useful for research or medical purposes. Ultimately, the decision to perform an autopsy should be based on specific circumstances of each case, and it is up to the medical examiner, coroner, or medical professionals involved to determine whether an autopsy is necessary or not. It's up to the medical examiner, coroner, or other medical professionals involved to determine whether an autopsy is necessary or not. Right? So in Shanquella's case, an autopsy was not necessary. It listed two, it was so simple. Two injuries, and we saw both of them. What do we need an autopsy for? Just to continue to put confusion out there? So the other question is, in the court, which one could be used as evidence? In court, both the death certificate and an autopsy report can be used as evidence, but they may serve different purposes, right? So I believe that even that one person that did the interview, the person supposed to be an attorney for the prosecutor, that was saying there's absolutely nothing that could be done here. But I believe that they're working for the defense, right? And that's why they're trying to put in their autopsy. These things will be a great way to try to distract the jury or put out some reasonable doubt, right? Because you can, shape the autopsy to, say and do whatever you needed to say and do, right? That's what they say, right? The police reports are custom. These autopsies are custom too, right? How can the two autopsies, one from Mexico, one from, the United States, be so different on one body, on one person? How can you have all this confusion, right? So now I don't think they need the third one. Why? To feed us more dog food? Linda says, hi, Chin and Deborah. All right. Hey, how y'all doing anyway? How is the people doing? All right, so we got that there, and let's see here. So on that note, let's do our do our first no, I just did that. Do our first I hope y'all bearing with me, because all my things that I want to share with y'all is kind of all over. I didn't have time to really put it together here. See, protest got dumber. All right, so let me just do this little quick one here. This here's one of the reasons why I want us all to not consider, but to register to vote and to lift our voices and all that stuff. JPC says, what do you think about vigilante justice? I think vigilante justice would do more harm than good, because of course it's going to hurt the people, those of us who participate in that, and it's not going to be a win-win situation at all. It's going to be a lose-lose situation. I think we need to really all stick together and vote. It's like you said about forming our own party. In the meantime, we need to come together and do something. But nah, I don't think we'd be doing no vigilante. I didn't even see that I had put that up there like that. Okay, but yeah. I don't know. What do you think about vigilante? What y'all think about vigilante justice? Let's see here. Where am I at? Marie says, thank you for saying Happy Nurses Week. I am part of that Miss RN, sorry. Yes, Happy Nurses Week, and that's the thing, that we get our whole full week and stuff, and see how many t-shirts and coffee mugs, etc. We expect to get. It used to give out really good Nurses Week gifts before COVID. We used to get gifts and appreciation for the whole week, and then COVID happened. Um, we got a lot of appreciation, but Nurses Week's kind of like don't really do much, but we'll see. Yes, happy Nurses Week. All right, and thank you to all the nurses that come and support over here, and also speak the truth about all of the lies that they tried to pass on us about the fake CPR and the fake medical care and all that stuff too. I always grateful when the nurses point out the you know that's not how that works. That's not how that works. Let's see. I got more greetings and all that good stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh. Right. Janet says, it's like the FBI in North Carolina didn't get the Cabo 6-7's phone calls, emails, text messages, or videos, which is normally the first thing they will do in an investigation. Make it make sense. Okay, so that's why we're gonna go back to the old stuff. I ain't even worry about none of this stuff here. We're gonna go back and watch, because in the beginning, that's exactly what they were saying, right? In the beginning, that first interview with Nancy Grace, when she was talking to the guy from FBI, he said that the FBI, was pulling these IP addresses. They're gonna find out who sent the video, how many people received it, all that stuff. So now, 6 months later, that's why I don't really get this, right? The FBI was supposed to be on that. I'm just thinking, I think how, since it's just the North Carolina, like maybe the higher ups aren't really aware of it. That's why I'm saying we need to vote so we can get the high level diplomatic intervention, that Sue Ann Robinson had mentioned. So that's what we'll do. I'll just react to one of these old videos instead of making a clip. We'll do that, and then, call it a night. And then I'll get back on schedule. I'll be off for the next few days, and so we'll have a better live session on tomorrow and the day after before I get back to work. And then, of course, I'll be going live when I'm out in Washington, D.C. For us here. So let's go back to, or maybe we can even find some cool little shorts to react to. That's what I'll do. We'll keep it light. How y'all doing out there tonight? Hey, Karen, what's up? Karen says, at all around attributed Irene, good evening. And pink, with an emoji. Let's see here. Hey, La Jessica, what's going on? And I really enjoy too when I'm going back to see some of these ones and see the names from people that still, coming back today that was here, months ago and stuff like that. It's good to see y'all repeat customers. Let's see what's up. Y'all still over there greeting the people. Uh-huh. Don't forget to smash the like button. Yeah, how y'all doing with these likes over here? Let's see. Oh, yeah, y'all right on the money. Right on the money. Okay, so. Okay, here's one. All right, I'm going to share this here. This here it's old, but it's old. Here we go.
He died within 3 hours. He says the police report lists her death as cardiac arrest. It doesn't mention the severe spinal.
All right, so this was old. This was way back in November when the police report. This is when they was distracting us with the police report. But then once we started saying the police can't do no, can't say a cause of death. The police, can't say all this stuff. Then that's when they came back with autopsy. But in the beginning, they was giving us the police report.
Cord and neck.
The police do not have the authority to declare a cause of death. This has to be done by a physician. Here is the clue right here. Here's the red flag. Police report. Police report.
Injuries that the death certificate lists as Shanquella's cause of death. The autopsy also doesn't mention alcohol.
All right, did you hear him in one sentence switch it up? The death certificate, autopsy report. See? See how they slit the bones up in there? And if we hadn't had John Q came up back in November when this thing first came out to alert us that autopsy report and death certificate, two different things. But see how they keep doing it? And I'm going to play it again. Listen to what he just said.
It states she died within 15 minutes of her injury, and that Shanquella Robinson was found unconscious in her living room.
The autopsy should overrule the police report.
All right, he said the autopsy should overrule the
response when the doctor arrived, and that she died within 3 hours. He says the police report lists her death as cardiac arrest. It doesn't mention the severe
letter states that federal murder charges could be brought in this case. What's the rationale for that?
You know, you can sue in federal court for criminal if.
So this is what the news was saying before the FBI said that they couldn't, right? It's like, I guess they didn't recognize that they were already saying that they could, you know, get these federal charges and stuff. They had already been telling us this. And then all of a sudden the FBI say no and send that lady out there to say that it's absolutely extinguished. There's nothing here. Y'all need to shut it down and go home.
In fact, there is a criminal law under federal law, or if there's a constitutional issue. And here, what the attorneys are trying to say is this was international, so that gets you in federal court. And also, they're trying to say that there was international commerce in the fact that the phone went from one place to the other place and there's evidence there. So they're trying to get the case back to the United States. They're trying to get the case in federal court.
And I told y'all that, right? That was our hope and prayer that we do something here in the good old US of A. Because look at Mexico. Mexico just saying whatever it is to get the heat off of them.
If at all possible. And under the U.S. Code, murder is definitely a statute where you can.
Letter states that federal murder charges could be brought.
Federal murder charge. We got to dissect these words here, because how can North Carolina make the statement like that for the whole federation for USA? There's something, you know, the buck can't stop there with them. That's just one state. Yeah. Huh.
And they never returned to the villa. Robinson's family believes that Jackson is most likely in the United States, and they're calling on the White House to either prosecute her here or extradite her back to Mexico. So, Terry, the family's letter states that federal murder charges could be brought in this case. What's the rationale for that?
You know, you can sue in federal court for criminal if, in fact.
So, Dylan McVaney, I don't know if y'all have heard of him, but he's, you know, chummy with the president, right? So, all right, more clues there. You know, this domestic violence, like I said, it's new for me. I've never been in a physical domestic violence. However, mental abuse is, you know, it's a problem too. So I want to make sure that we talk about all those things. So a lot of times people who are suffering from mental abuse don't really say nothing because you can't really prove it, right? You just sound, and especially when we have the people that are suffering from mental illness rendering the abuse. JP6 says That march is downtown DC. Get a hotel outside of DC. You mean like Maryland, or what's the other one that's close there? Virginia? Why, to save money for the prices? Are you in DC? So you giving the inside scoop? You're giving the inside scoop. But Jessica says, hello, Chinny Ray and JP6 and Karen and Janet and Marie and Linda and Deborah and Tamika and Scott and Vicky and Sharon. Welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty RN channel. Thank y'all. Linda Best says, Janet Jenkins, I think the FBI just questioned them and not interrogate them to the fullest. I agree with you. I remember this guy back in November reporting. Y'all remember this guy reporting? ABC News. I do. And too, I just want to show y'all something too. After the FBI said their little thing, did anybody notice how cold things got? Like the news stopped reporting. When you get on here and you Google, Shanquella Robinson, and there's nothing new. There's no more new news. Let me show y'all what's going on. In March, the news was coming out almost daily. And this here, the killing of Shanquella Robinson, that we saw the Wikipedia changed. Because I did a live back in, it was the end of November, and we read the Wikipedia. So one day we can go back over that live and we can compare the differences in these here Wikipedia statements and stuff. But look here, this all old stuff, 10 days ago. Nothing new. Nobody's saying nothing new here. Nothing new. Yeah. Here is something interesting. I hope this clicks over. All right, it didn't click over. This here is old, November the 30th. Y'all know how I feel about these old things. All right. Yahoo was putting out some kind of suspicious news too. Let's see what this here say. Arrest made in the death of Shanquella Robinson. Dejanay Jackson awaits extradition. All right, I think I did come across this. This was another one of the those false stories. I think what they did was trusted the Mexican Mexiplex Metropolex story that they put out there. Wow. Ha. Yeah, this is that same old little story there. No, Robinson told ABC News their plan was to come. Okay, never mind. Yeah, look here. This they told a lie too. Yahoo said the latest news is Jackson was placed in federal custody, where she awaits the beginning of her extradition process. Here we go again. In federal custody. But there we go. There you go. See it? Metro. Wow. And y'all saw that one little the one news story that I showed y'all where America news people had busted out this Metro thing, broke down the lies in it. Let's see where that's at. I'm gonna show that real quick one time. Over here, some more of these here comments. Yeah, they was on their side from the beginning. We got some greetings going here, and somebody's agreeing there with Linda. Yep. You see, JPC said, this ain't political. This is about right and wrong. Everything is political. That's how this here system is functioning. That's why nothing's happening when we get together and we just talk and talk and talk. And if we not up in the politics where we got some connection with with people that's making decisions and stuff like that, this is political. JP6, how come it's not political? Because being about right and wrong, what has that done for us, right? A lot of the stuff that's been happening over here has been wrong, but it hasn't stopped it from happening. The only way to be able to right this is to get political. We got to. Yes, we do. See here, was this it? Or was this it? All right, I'm not going to spend too much time looking around for this thing, but or it had to be on the last little something that I did. I'll just find it there. I'll find it there. JP say it's not political. It says, yes, I live in DC. Okay, you live in DC. Did I tell you about my little time when I went out to DC? I had won a trip on the dating game back in the year was 1988. And I was on the dating game. And they gave trips out on the dating game during that time. Dating game, they first started off in the 60s. Then they had a comeback in the 80s. And I was on the dating game. And we won a trip to Washington, D.C. And went to Washington, D.C. And that was back in 1988. And that was my experience there, right? A lot of squirrels there. A lot of squirrels in the DC. Let me see here. Where was I at? I was here and I'm looking for, I had to be on this here live. I don't remember where it's at. All right. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be coming in for a landing soon. See, hey, everybody saying hey and all that stuff. And let's see here. More greetings, all that stuff. Hey, Ernie, what's going on, Ernie? Ernie's in the house. Says justice for Shanquella Robinson. Yes. What's going on, Ernie? Nice to see you. La Jessica says, yeah, I cried for 2 days straight when I heard the news. Yeah. It was a lot of emotions in the beginning, y'all. And for those y'all who've been here from the beginning, y'all saw how we was going through emotions with the, very emotional. Very emotional. JP6 says, Jessica, you have to get momentum and hit the Democrats at the polls. Yes, that's what I'm saying, y'all. I showed y'all that video where, I'm going to have to do that. Let me just play that real quick. Those were all little shorts. All little shorts why we need to vote these Democrats out, right? They trying to get it to be where, this little man boy love type stuff could happen. Transferring these men to women's prisons, all kind of crazy stuff is happening. And that's why JP6, it is political. Let's see. Man. Okay. And then too, y'all know that this FBI be taking, years for investigation and stuff too. So we still need to exercise a wee bit of patience. Just a wee bit of patience. Where is that at? Oh, God darn it. Janet says, if people don't vote in their local and state elections, then nothing will change in their community. Exactly. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. That is so true. You got to be involved in all of the voting. And see, Linda says, welcome to the All Around Natural Beauty channel at Ernie Williams. Welcome, Ernie. And we got Tamika giving some greetings too. Hey, Tamika, what's going on? Chinny Ray said, Biden seems like he needs to take a nap. I know, yes. And that's why I was saying too, if they say that retirement age is 67, how are we trusting the running of the country by these geriatrics, right? Biden's in his 80s. And a lot of times he looks like, if he was my patient, I would be questioning, his, orientation status. When he's walking, he's doing the toddler walk with his arms extended. So his gait, looks like he needs to be on a walker. He's too old. And that's probably why they having these, puppet presidents in there, too old really to do anything. And they just sliding stuff by. You know how people take advantage of those old, confused people? See now, grandma, they got grandpa up in there and they saying, hey, sign here saying that it's okay for men, accused of, SA crimes to leave their prison, the men prison, and go over to women prison. Yeah, sign right here. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's what they tell you. Sign right here. And he what do I do? So, yeah, that's why I'm saying, we need a younger person or, middle age, not these geriatrics. Got to get them out because, they should have been out of the game. Take a nap. That's true. I agree with you. JP6 says, crime bill, Joe sucks at being a president. I agree with you. I mean, like, this seems like it's been a long, 3 years with, with this, and just unbelievable with how what's happening here. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I'm going to go on and show it. I don't care. I'm going to show y'all this one video of, on Biden's watch, how what's going on. He's allowing all these people with delusional thinking to get out here and terrorize society. Terrorizing society. Yeah, I'm going to play at least one of these. Because this doesn't make any sense with what's going on. With what is going on. This doesn't make any sense. And even, I'm gonna play this one. This one here is from I can't think of it. Oh, Caitlyn Jenner. I was going to say Bruce Jenner, but I was trying to respect the new name, but I had forgot what the new name was. But anyway, Caitlyn Jenner. Even transgender people are, in disagreement with what is going on, with them transgendering these minors. It's a big thing now because they're making a whole ton of money off of doing this. And this guy, Caitlyn Jenner, is slamming President Biden.
About Joe Biden winning again.
All facts.
He's
no
done
lies.
so much damage to this country. He's destroyed our economy. He's destroyed our borders. He's destroyed our international influence around the world. We have become a joke because we have such a weak leader. That has to change. America sees that. And in a year and a half, they're going to have some options.
One
and
option.
Joe Biden,
Trump.
if he got reelected,
Trump is too old too, and too, y'all. Look what all kind of problems he's going through. Trump is not the answer. Even though I did vote for him both times, but I just think he's too old. And there's, other people that's with better mentalities and better mindsets than Trump. He's too old.
I mean, it would be over for the United States. It would be the end. It's almost the end right now, but I think we're still at a point where if we get the right person in there, and we have this thing in the United States called our Constitution, okay? We also have a Bill of Rights. Those are our laws in this state. If we follow those, if we get a president in there, we'll take the Constitution and follow it to the T, we can change this because the government has overreached. Joe Biden has,
It's a quick little short. But okay, I just wanted to kind of break the ice with that, and it's coming out of the mouth of this person here. And now I want to show y'all this protest. This here to me is totally alarming. Totally alarming what these people are doing and what they have been allowed to do. Linda Best says, please hit the like button if you haven't already. RN greatly appreciate your support of her channel. Thanks to each of you. Yes, I do. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate all of the love and support y'all have been giving to me and standing for justice for Shanquella Robinson. Even Ernie is encouraging you to hit that like button. Thank you, Ernie. And Janet says, I know that people are going after President Biden, but it was FBI agent King in North Carolina that made the decision not to press charges. And people need to figure out if she's related to Elise Hyatt. Interesting. The reason why I think people and why I feel, towards Biden is because of what their administration is representing, the Jean-Pierre speaker, come out there. We stand with you, trans people. They were supporting the transgender who shot up the school. They're encouraging them to fight back, no. So it's not just because of this. It's the whole thing. It's all of it, and what they stand for. They stand in for that, right? And it's not right. You are right, Janet Jenkins. Ernie Williams giving you thumbs up and saying you right. Hey, Midwest Black girl. Says it's sad they didn't get charged for killing someone. Yeah. Yes, it is. Yep, it is. All righty. And see, hey, Betty. Betty says, hello, beautiful RN and everyone. How are you all doing today? Everybody is doing great. And I'm going to go on and do one more here. Let me see how long this one is. Try to find one that's not too long. Is this it here? Yeah, here we go. This is it. All right. Somebody has said, Chinue said, this one's for you, Chinue. This when you had made your statement about him being